Namaskaram girls. Next topic we are going to see prehistoric in Tamilagam. This prehistoric, in that one we are going to see lower Paleolithic culture in Tamil Nadu. So this is one of the oldest Stone Age tools which was made by the ancestors, human ancestors called hominins, had produced in Tamil Nadu. The stone tools are found near in Chennai at Atrapakam before 1.5 to 2 million years before. The archaeological excavation, this is an evidence for us. And Kosathalayar, which is during that period, this river was used by the Homo erectus, human ancestor. They are all human ancestor. Homo erectus was, during this period, Kosathalayar river was used by them. And the evidence, archaeological excavation and cosmic ray exposure, this is 1.5 to 2 million years ago. Okay. And what do you mean by archaeological excavation? This is a digging undertaken to recover archaeological evidence such as stones, tools, pottery, animal bones and pollens. So according to that we can know about the lifestyle of the humans. Next, cosmic ray exposure, that is a method in which exposure to cosmogenic rays is used for the samples, for the dating the samples. From that we can know which year, which period this belongs to. In 1863, Robert Sir Bruce Foote, he was a geologist from England. He discovered that Paleolithic tools at Pallavaram near Chennai. This is the earliest find such tools in India. The hand axe assemblages were considered the Madras stone tool industry. The stone tool discovered that at Chennai Museum. So the people started to hunt at wild animals and gathered foods like fruits, nuts, leaves, roots, etc. They did not have the knowledge of iron and pottery making, which developed much later in history. Hand axes and clevers are the important tool types of lower Paleolithic period. The tools were fitted with a wooden and bone handle, were used for clothing, was used for cutting, piercing, digging. Cutting means we have to cut. Piercing, kilikkirathu. Digging, thondrathu. The people of this time used hammer stones and spheroids. The quartzite pebbles were chosen for the raw materials. The tools are found in the soil deposits and also in the exposed river side. They occurred at Pallavaram, Gudiyam Cave, Atrapakam, Vadamadurai, Erimaivettipalayam and Parikulam. These are the places we can see the lower Paleolithic excavations. And lower Paleolithic was found in not only there in Arcad, North Arcad district, Dharmaburi. They used basalt rock which can found in South Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka. Basalt rock is nothing but igneous rock formed from the molten lava from the earth. So this Athirapakam, I am saying of an Athirapakam, This belongs to the 2 to 1.5 million years ago. Okay. Next we will see the Middle Paleolithic culture. Next we will see the Middle Paleolithic culture. In this Middle Paleolithic culture, that is the dated for this one is 3,85,000 to 1,72,000 years ago. Here the tool types changes, and they started to use the smaller artificants, force, flakes, scrapers, knives, borers, levaluation flakes, hand axes. All these type are used during this period. When compared to the previous phase, these tools become smaller in size. So before what period we have saw, girls? Lower Paleolithic. In that period they used the big items, but here they are using the smaller items. So when you come for evidence for the Middle Paleolithic, which we can see in some parts of Tamil Nadu, particularly in Pudupatti and Sevarkottai. So apart from these two places, Tanjavur, Ariyalur, these are the places shows the evidence of the artifacts. Artifacts means very small tiny stones for the tools. Mesolithic culture in Tamil Nadu, in many parts of the world, in some parts of India, the Upper Paleolithic culture succeeded to the Middle Paleolithic culture. There is no evidence for this Upper Paleolithic culture in Tamil Nadu, but people, they used microlithic culture. Microlith means small stones. Artifacts lived in Tamil Nadu. So the period between here is a Paleolithic and Neolithic. It is known as Mesolithic culture of the Middle Age. The evidence for this here is Dharmaburi, Salem, Coimbatore, North Arcot, Chennai, Tiruchirappalli, Pudukottai, Madurai, Sivagangai, Tirunelveli and Kanyakumari. The terrace sites means sand dunes. Terrae means sand dunes, which we can see in Thoothukudi. Here in this period, the people use chert and quartz, scrapers, lunates. Lunates means crescent shape. Scrapers, lunates and triangles. The people hunted the wild animals, gathered fruits, nuts, roots for their living survival. Scrapers is the tool scraping the surfaces. We will peel the skin for the vegetable, no? That is the scrapers. Triangles are the tools in the shape of the triangles. Lunates are the tools in the shape of a crescent. Our Neolithic culture. So this culture is called as a New Age. They started to cultivation. People use tools for polishing, grinding, etc. All these types of stones, polishing, grinding is called as a cells. So they have done, cattle rearing is the main occupation. They started to live in a small villages with a house made of thatched roof and walls plastered with clay. For this, the evidence we can see in Payumpuli, in Velur and Dharmaburi. So they started to use the pottery. First pottery was polished with pebbles. This process is known as burnishing. And they cultivated the horse gram, green gram, etc. This is about the Neolithic culture. Next we will go to the Iron Age or Megalithic culture. Iron Age, they started to use the iron technology. During this time, Sangam Age was there. So the people started to use got the knowledge of metallurgy and pottery making. They started to use iron, bronze, gold ornaments, and also they started to use the beads, shell, quartz. This evidence we can see in Adichanallur in Thuthukudi and Maduranthakam, Sittanavasal in Pudukottai. This is the Iron Age or Megalithic culture. Okay. Megalithic burial types. The Iron Age is known as Megalithic. People created burials with large stones for the dead people. So these burials, the skeletons or few bones of the dead persons were placed along the grave goods. That is iron objects, including iron objects, carnelian beads, bronze objects. Along with that they are bronze. All they are putting in the grave goods. They don't have the human bones, and they have only the grave goods. They may be called as memorial burials. So memorial, with the memorial of the dead person, they are constructing the grave goods. What do you mean by grave goods? These are the objects placed in the burials along with the physical remains of the dead. This was mentioned in the Sangam literature. So during this megalithic period, Sangam, already I said that Sangam period has started. The people have a belief after life. So the pyramids is a good example for that. Similar burials were also built in the historic period of the Sangam age. The Sangam literature mentions about the burial practices of the people are classified as Dolomenschist, menhirs, rock-cut caves, urn burials, and sarcophagus. The burial types of Kodakal, that is, it is an umbrella stone, topical hat stone, and Pathikal hood stone. These are found in Kerala. Dolomens table-like stone structures which erected as a funerary monuments. Cist or the stone enclosures buried under the earth. They were created by placing 4 stone slabs on the sides on the top of each other. The cist and the dolmens have openings called portholes. URNS, urns. Urns is nothing but the pottery jars were used for burying the dead bodies. Sarcophagus or the burial receptacles made of terracotta. Terracotta means stones. This sometimes had multiple legs. Pillars were erected for the part of the burials and memorials. Portholes, the holes found in the cist and dolmens on one side. That is burial. These are sayings about the burial system of the dead bodies. They may have acted as the entrance into the burials. That is a portholes. There is a view that they meant for the movement of the soul or spirit. The menhirs erected for the houses in the heroes in the Iron Age. This is only for the heroes, those who have died, they will use the menhirs. Okay, this is all about the burial system of the megalithic period. When you come for agriculture and pastoralism, the people in the Iron Age started practicing agriculture, domesticated cattle, sheep, and some people have gone for the hunting, gathering millets and rice were millets and rice were cultivated during this period. And they started the irrigation management. Many sites we can found because of the rivers and the tanks during this period. The evidence of rice is seen in the Adichanallur in Thoothukudi district and Porandal near Palani. These are about the agriculture and pastoralism. Next, Iron Age society and polity. They form communities, pastoralists and hunter, gatherers, crafts, specialized potters and blacksmith. They make as a professional during this period. The society form a group of people, that is they are tribes. The size of the burials and variations found in the burial grounds. So during this time, existence of numerous social groups and the diverse practices. Some of them organized as the chiefdoms. Among the group of people, they become a chief. That is called as a chiefdom. Cattle lifting is a leading process, and encroachment, expansion, the territories take place in this period. Next, when you come for pottery, pottery is an important evidence found in archaeological sites. The Iron Age and the Sangam Age people used the black and red colors to make blackware and redware pottery. This was used for cooking, storage, dining purpose. The black and red water pottery has a black inside and a red outside with lustrous surface. Lustrous surface means when you go to the pot shop, some pieces of the things will be very shining. Okay, that is a lustrous surface. When you come for iron technology and metal tools, they started to use the weapons. So they started to use iron objects, grave goods, weapons such as swords and daggers, axes, chisel, lamps and tripod stands also used. Some objects they used with the bone or horn handles, and they started to use for the agriculture, hunting, gathering, and in battles. Bronze bowls, vessels decorated with animals and birds, bronze mirrors and bells have used in this period. Okay girls, that's all about the lesson girls. Read the lesson, understand carefully. If you have any doubt, ask me. Thank you girls.